Crypto holders, I need you to be incredibly careful over the next coming days because there is a trap that's being laid out for crypto retail investors, and I don't want to see you fall in it. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Tyler Hill. I am one of the co founders of the Crypto Strategy School, one of the biggest schools in crypto, and I do post here on the YouTube channel every single day, keeping you updated on news, crypto charts, and much more. Now, today, what we're going to do is we're going to go into what exactly this trap is, why you need to avoid it, show you some historical data as to why it happens, and everything you need to know, okay? I know I'm out of town and the scene's not so good, but I got to keep you all updated, especially when I see things like this. Now, in order for you to understand why this trap is here and how you can avoid it, the first thing we need to do is get an overview of what's happening in the market so you can understand the context of things a little bit. So, looking at CoinMarketCap, what you can see is, of course, that the last 24 hours or so haven't been terrible, one would say. You see Bitcoin up about 4%, back up around $84,000. You see XRP around 2.5%, BNB around 3%, right? Like, a lot of these top coins are actually performing decently well over the last 24 hours. You got Hedera, you got Stellar, you got a couple of them actually doing well. Now, if we actually zoom out into the top 50 to 100, you can actually see it looking even better, right? You got Hex and Pulse, you got XLM, TIA, PLS, you got a bunch of these ones actually holding up quite well. We got the Sonic token back in the game, Barra back in the game, Ondo back in the game. Some pretty solid gains here, especially over the last 24 hours. Now that this is happening, and now that we have been seeing some of these decent gains popping up in the market, I'm already starting to notice a very similar thing popping up over on Twitter, over on YouTube, even in my own comment sections and in the school, actually, of people starting to change their sentiment. Do you remember how 2 days ago, everyone was freaked out. Everyone was screaming. Everyone was worried that Bitcoin's price was going to go down to $60,000, $65,000. Everyone was losing their minds. Well, think about kind of where sentiment's at right now. Do you notice how the sentiment has shifted already? Do you see how people are already a little optimistic? Do you see how the titles are already starting to pop up? The crash is over. The bull market's like the crash is done. The bull market's back, right? You're already starting to see like a little bit of a shift in sentiment. Now, it's not just me kind of saying that. What you can see as well is if we go check out something like the Fear and Greed Index, you can kind of see what I mean, right? Let's head out to the Fear and Greed Index. Should be right over here somewhere. And what you can see is we were originally at 10. At the lowest that we got, the Crypto Fear and Greed Index was at a 10. Then yesterday it climbs to a 16. Now it's already back at a 20. Now, Tyler, why are you saying all this? What, make your point, right? I understand where you're at. Make your point. Well, the point that I'm trying to make is that just within the last 2 days, now that the crypto market has seen a little bit of recovery, people are already shifting their sentiment like crazy. They're already getting to this thought process that the bottom is in, that the crash is over. Matter of fact, if we do go look at what's happening on liquidation maps right now, you can see this playing out. There are currently $2.5 billion worth of liquidations that will happen if Bitcoin's price falls to $77,000. This means that people are entering into the market right now. They're opening long trades. They're opening leverage trades. They're expecting that this market is going to go up from here just because we made this little recovery that we've made over the last couple days. And this, in my opinion, is a trap. Historically speaking, when you see sentiment shifting like this as a result of just a little bit of recovery, people are not looking at the grand perspective. They're not looking at the macro perspective of what's actually happening. And I want to show you the macro perspective. Because although it is okay to be a little bit bullish, it is okay to be a little bit excited, and it is okay to be buying right now. Don't get me wrong, guys. I bought, right? I bought a little bit of Bitcoin at 79,000, a little ETH at 2,100, right? I'm not saying it's a bad thing to feel a little optimistic, but it is a bad thing to act on it, especially in an impulsive manner. Now, what is the big picture? What is the grand scheme of things? What is it that people are missing? Well, what they don't understand is that we are in a very, very, very big, important making zone right now. This little range that Bitcoin's price is in is so important that it is likely going to dictate what Bitcoin does for the next couple months. Not the next couple weeks, not the next couple days, the next couple months. If we do zoom in a little bit as to what is happening with Bitcoin's price right now, you'll notice something. Right above Bitcoin's price is a massive level of support. I mean, I don't even need to really point it out to you. A massive level of support. This was the bottom side of that HMZ that we have been talking about for a very long time. This is, of course, just a key level of support where we held up on several different occasions. And this is a very, very strong level of resistance now. Although Bitcoin's price has not come back up to this to retest it quite yet, trust me when I tell you, the bears are going to try to step in right here and try to force Bitcoin's price down when that day does come. Now, in addition addition to having that macro level of support right above us, we also have, I guess it's a resistance level now because it was previously support, but we also have a previous point of resistance that is a major support zone sitting below us. What you can see here is we had this high. We had this high right around here. We had this high right down here. We had this high right down here, right? We had all of this resistance that we were just trapped below all of 2024's Q2 and Q3. But what ended up happening is that we broke above it. We cleared it. And now that we cleared it, you best believe this is a support zone. So what's happening right now is we have a major bull zone sitting right here, major support zone, and then we have a major bear zone sitting right above us. And what's going to end up happening is that these two zones are going to fight each other. The bears are going to push the price down. The bulls are going to push the price up. And this is going to be a battle. You're going to see the bears fighting and the bulls fighting. The bears winning and the bulls winning. The bears losing and the bulls losing. And they're going to go back and forth until a winner is decided. And what you have to understand is that right now, it's anyone's game. It's a coin flip. Just about anything could happen. We might freaking see this thing push all the way back up to the bear zone, then it immediately gets rejected back down and Bitcoin falls back towards $60-something thousand. Or maybe we do get rejected immediately and we come back towards 73 and then we rocket launch back up to the top side using that support from the bulls to beat the bears there, right? Any of these things are possible. And so if you're in a position right now where just because the market has recovered a little bit, you're thinking, oh, we're back, the crash is over, everything is good, you're making a mistake. Because quite frankly, until this decision is made of which one of these zones we want to interact with and break through, we're going to be in the middle of a battle between the bears and the bulls, and whoever wins that is going to decide where this market goes for a very long time. And so what I'm saying here is, what I'm trying to get at is that you can't get too confident in either direction right now. You can't just start automatically assuming that this crash is over with, that this dump is over with. You can't also start assuming that the crash is like, it's not over with, right? I don't know why I couldn't figure out the words for that, right? But you can't just start saying, well, no, Bitcoin has to go to 74,000. It has to go to 65,000. Because quite frankly, that's just not the truth. A lot of people are saying right now, well, I would expect Bitcoin's price to go to more, lower towards 74,000 because that's where that previous all-time high was. And although I do understand the sentiment there, and I understand the reasons to why people believe that, because that's where the major liquidity is at, or was at, the fact that everyone thinks that it has to go down that low could be the very reason it doesn't go down that low. No one's talking about the fact that if you actually look at what Bitcoin's doing from a Fibonacci perspective, Bitcoin's already made its full extension downwards. Look at this. If I go from this low right here, our swing low, all the way to our swing high, guys, we got that 1.618 Fibonacci extension, and then we automatically recovered all the way back up to that 1.272 Fib extension. So Bitcoin's made a full micro extension to the downside on this little three-wave pullback. Right here, this one, this two, you lose your golden zone and you head to that 1.618. It's made that full extension to the downside. So if you for sure think Bitcoin has to keep crashing, so you're not going to DCA, you're not going to buy, you're not going to do anything, you could be making a mistake just as big as somebody who's screaming, oh, the bottom has to be in, so let me open up a 100x long trade. Now is not the time to be too damn confident in either direction because quite frankly, we are now in the middle of a battle between the bears to the upside and the bulls to the bottom side, and whoever wins is going to gain control over this market for an extended period of time. So do not make this mistake. Do not fall into this trap of being overly confident like some of these people are. Because all these people opening up 100x leverage long trades and 100x leverage short trades, guys, they're going to get liquidated. They're going to get destroyed and they're going to end up regretting it because they recognize afterwards that there were no confirmations of which direction we're going to go in. You might as well have just went to the roulette table and picked black because that's the risk you're taking right now. So with that in mind, I need you all to be extremely careful as we do see the days go by. Now, if all of this stuff is a little bit confusing, I will let you know. I know we're talking about liquidations and leverage and all this stuff that might get a little bit complicated if you're new here. Don't you worry. If you head to the link down below, there's a free guide that I'm going to send any of you who are new to the crypto space that goes over all, like the vast majority of this stuff, right? What crypto is, how it works, how you can store it, what leverage trading is, how you can do technical analysis, beginner investing strategies, and more. And if you are a little bit more experienced in the world of crypto, what I will let you know is you can sign up to our school, which is linked down in the description below for as little as $5 a month, and you'll get access to things like what I'm buying. For example, I bought Bitcoin at 79 $29,000. I announced that yesterday at 2 in the morning, and Bitcoin's currently at 85K, right? So you can see some things that I'm doing, some things that people like Connor Kinney, Aaron Bennett, you can see courses, classes, coaching, live streams, and much more. All of that is available for you down in the description below. So no matter whether you're a beginner, go check out your beginner's guide. And if you're a little more advanced, go check out our school. Both of those will really help you elevate your skill sets to the next level and keep a very, very, very close eye on what is happening in the crypto market over the next couple days. Personally, I would only be using a low leverage if you are using leverage, nothing more than 5x in my opinion, because the moment you start going past that, now that compounding leverage is just going to put you at too much risk. I just don't think it's worth it because again, we're at a coin flip right now. And if you do want to use some leverage trading, you can check out the link to BTCC down below and go get that 10% deposit bonus. But I know, this market's been a little bit rough, people. I know that you're all probably about sick of it. I know you're probably just tired of it because we had so many weeks of just going sideways and now we're just going down. It's like, damn, can we just go up? And I know that can get frustrating, but trust me when I tell you, moments like this do end. Moments like this will just be a figment of the past, and they will just be something you look back on one day. So don't do yourself a disservice in the future. Don't let your future you down by running away from the market right now. That doesn't mean you have to ape in. That doesn't mean you have to buy anything, but lean in, lock in, like I tell you all the time. Go and start getting more education. Go learn more things. Go and, refine your skills, refine your strategies. Set your future self up for success when how you feel right now is just a figment of the past. I even said on my Twitter yesterday, over on the Twitter page, you can see here, one day you'll look back and realize all of the anxiety, the fear, the stress that this crypto market put you through was worth it. What's a story without conflict? Stay the course. And that's what I'm going to leave you with today. You have to stay the course because honestly, right now is, in my opinion, one of the worst times to run away from crypto. Again, I'm not saying you have to go all in investing, but at least increase your knowledge if you're not going to increase your bag size because this is one of the best moments to do it while everybody else is leaving. So of course, I hope you guys did enjoy. Head to the links down below. Go check out the school. Get your free beginner's guide. Start trading on BTCC and go follow me on Twitter at TylerHillYT if you have been enjoying the content. I can't wait to see you all in the next video.